mission, and method of the kingdom. We have a call to action. Call to action. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And the message, mission, and method of the kingdom. Yeah. So the next one is leadership call to action. So please write it on your notes so that we can continue talking this morning. Okay, so we are looking at the leadership objective. Every form of mentorship, every form of discipleship. We are looking at the objective. We're looking at that today. Then 5 outline context for the concept, the root problem with the planet, leadership objectives, message, mission, and method of the kingdom, and then call to action. We'll be looking at this this morning. Okay. Okay. You've written this down. You're ready for today's class. Shall I? Okay, perfect. So let's get to the ball rolling. Let's pick the first one. Context for the concept. And please write it down on your notes. Very, very important. The hope of the world is a new breed, bracket open, leaders that will take the lead. So the hope of the world is a new breed of leaders that will take the lead. I think that's a better one. The hope of this world is a new breed of leaders that will take the lead. So this new breed of leaders that will come with different mindsets, different, of course, thinking, different objectives, different methods, different message, different mission. Because right now, a lot of people are currently struggling because there's a challenge we'll be looking at very soon. The next one is the root problem with the planet. So that thing now has given birth to, given room for a new leaders to emerge. That you can say transaction is currently changing right now. They used to send mail before, has changed. No more on post office, it's now on the internet. They used to do shopping before, has changed, whereby you can now do your shopping online. The way you used to communicate has changed. A lot has changed. Transactions have changed. So it simply means that for the world to move forward, there's a call on me and you to step into the shoe of responsibility or take into the shoe of taking actions. So it's a longing for a leaders to emerge, because the earnest expectation of the creatures awaits you to emerge. So I think you should write on your note that the hope of the world is a new breed of leaders that will take the lead. If you are with me, shall I? Okay, so because write down your notes. At this junction in human race, where uncertainty, conflict, at this junction in the human race, where uncertainty, conflict, economic turbulence, right? That at this junction in the human race or human history, at this junction in the human history, where uncertainty, conflict, economic turbulence, political chaos, by CHAOS. So political chaos at this junction in the human history, where uncertainty, conflict, economic turbulence, and political chaos are on the high, there's a need for a new leader to emerge. So where things are not going where we want things to go, there's a need for a new breed of leaders to emerge. So, and I'm not a pastor, but I always say this. I have to always look at my Bible, because I like to always look at things I could learn and apply in my life that will make it work for me. So I saw this something here in Romans 8 verse 19. Romans 8 verse 19, and also Romans 8:22. Okay, Romans 8:22. So, and the first one says that the earnest expectation of the creation awaits for the manifestation of the sons of God. So that simple sons of God simply means that it's things, people that will act like God, act like Him, behave like Him, as expecting us to create like Him, because we are actually in the image and likeness of God. So we're supposed to be able to create out of nothing. It called forth light out of darkness. So we are actually made in the image and likeness of God. So the earnest expectation of God created the creation. Why I say creation is because I did a training last time. I've been saying like song that God created three things in Genesis. Number one, He created, of course, the creation. He created the creation. How do you say, let there be light, let there be light, let there be firmament, let there be light, let there be firmament, and there was. That's actually that is the creation, right? Number two, He created the creatures. How do you create the creatures? He said, let the earth bring forth its kind, let the water bring forth its kind. So now this is actually the creatures. So the creation actually created the creature, the creatures, because God spoke to creation. And number three, God created the creator. How do you create creator? He said, let us make man in our image and what? Likeness. So I said that the image of God is natural. Likeness of God comes through teaching, training, mentoring. So for you to act like God, you are a creator. Touch yourself again, say, I'm a creator. So the earnest expectation of this creator, because this is a creation, awaits you to speak to him the way God spoke to him to create the creature. So God actually, and it's actually you that will sit down and see how God spoke to the creation. How did He speak to the creation? And He said that the earth was without form, void, and the darkness was first of the deep, and the Spirit of the Lord hovers on the water, and He said, let there be light. So what happened that that hovering means incubating imagination, thinking, calculating, permutating, everything. So this is what you actually, the world is waiting for you to sit down your thinking chair, calculate your life, calculate what you want to create, and then speak, because God actually would have simply said, I'm the Almighty, everything appear. No, He actually he said that even when He came to creating the creator, He said, let us create man. He actually was speaking to the host of divinity. So you see that there's an expectation for me and you to emerge. So we need to stop complaining, stop looking for faults, stop looking for things to blame, stop looking for things to actually say it's the problem why I'm not making progress, it's the problem why I'm not making the kind of impact I'm supposed to make. Is a problem, is a problem. No, don't look at problems anymore. Because whatever you focus on expands. Start looking at yourself. There are giftings, talents, ideas embedded in you. So there's something that is waiting for me and you to speak, and that is the creation. The earnest is waiting for us. So the second one says something very interesting. He said that for we know that the whole creation groometh, traveleth in pains together until now. So what happened now is that you know when a woman wants to give birth, there's always this grooming, this sudden pain. That's what the world is waiting for right now. The world is already passing through pains, a lot of grooming, waiting for you to give birth to a life, waiting for you to emerge, waiting for you to step into the shoe of leadership. Until you do that, if you keep waiting for somebody to come and take the shoe of leadership for you, or that you might be still joking, because your life can never get better until you get better, because life, everything rises and falls on leadership. So write this down, very, very important, and I would like you to write it down. Okay, write it down. We cannot separate ourselves. We cannot separate ourselves, retreat, hibernate. Hibernate. We cannot separate ourselves, retreat, or hibernate. We cannot separate ourselves, retreat, hibernate, or get out of the way. Get out of the way, because we are gifted. We cannot separate ourselves, retreat, hibernate. We cannot. We cannot separate ourselves from this creation. We cannot separate ourselves, retreat ourselves, hibernate, or get out of the way. We cannot, because see you, God already created us with giftings. We cannot separate ourselves from retreat, hibernate, or get out of the way, because we are gifted with ideas, creativity, vitality, fidelity, and talent to show up, speak up, show up, stand up, and speak up. I'll come back again. So they don't need to say, I'm not going to take the responsibility. Because all the things that will make you take the responsibility is already inside of you. So you cannot separate yourself, comma, retreat, comma, hibernate, or get out of the way, because we are already gifted with ideas, creativity, comma, vitality, comma, fidelity, and talent to show up, stand up, and speak up. So why don't you just speak? A closed mouth is a closed destiny. God spoke, and you need to speak. We are giving mouth because words are not just for communication. Is not just for is for divinity. It's divinely. It's only spiritual beings communicate. You can see. So we are not just we cannot separate ourselves, comma, retreat, comma, hibernate, or get out of the way of leadership, because we are gifted with ideas, comma, creativities, comma, vitality, comma, fidelity, and talent to show up, stand up, and speak up. So you see, you're going to say it's not me. You need to show up. You need to stand up. I always tell you most of the time that a child that's afraid to fall will never walk. So if you make up your mind, I'm too afraid to take responsibility, you will never walk. So remain there, because to whom brain is given, sense is expected. So yeah, you have given a brain already. Why don't you cultivate? Why don't you invest? Why don't you make it work? Because see, you are waiting for someone else to do it for you. Nobody will do it for you. That's the truth I'm telling you. Right? You are the one that will do it. So I said, then we come back again. We cannot separate ourselves, come and retreat, or hibernate, or get out of the way, because we're already gifted with ideas, creativity, vitality, fidelity, and talent to show up, stand up, and speak up. So there's no need. So if you want God, write it down very, very well on your note, this particular statement, because it's going to help you to go back home and start thinking deeply, because the world is waiting for you to emerge, and you're emerging this time around. Write it down. If you want God blessings and backing, if you want God's blessings and backing of heaven, if you want God blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, if you want God's blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, all the things you get yourself involved, simply align your plans with God's purpose. Full stop. If you want God's blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, then simply align all your plans with God's purpose. So now I understand that it's your responsibility to plan, but God will order your steps. Now I fully understand that. So you want God's blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, then simply align all your plans with God's purpose for your life. Yesterday we have to do a little bit of revision about this purpose of a thing, that your purpose is to create, connect, and contribute. So you are here to create like him, because you're a creator. Connect with people that you created that value for, then contribute that value into your life. Live a life of value addition. So if you want God's blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, then simply align your plans with God's purpose. Mr. George, please help me with this one. Thank you so much. So you actually want God's blessings and backing of heaven for all your endeavors and ventures on earth, then simply align all your plans with God's purpose. Full stop. So write down your notes. Find out what God is up to. Find out what God is up to and join in, because becomes a part of the program and plan. So what is God actually looking for? I'm going to come to that shortly. God is actually looking for you to stand up and take the responsibility of leadership, take the responsibility of making someone's life better. So find out what God is up to and join in, and become a part of God's program and plan. When you become part of it, you're already blessed now, because God is already blessing what he's doing. So if you're part of God's plan for your life, part of God's plan, you will never ask God to bless what you are doing, because he already blessed it. So it's simple. Instead of just saying every day, God bless, like that kind of prayer point, I don't understand. Simplify what God is blessing and align yourself. You're already blessed. That is it, because he's already blessed what he's doing already. So instead of just divining your own and want God to come in, that's a big work. So the whole thing about this leadership objectives is that oh, I missed something here. It's not supposed to be objections, it's supposed to be objectives. Oh, so sorry, I missed this leadership objective. So thank you. Objective. That is the objective of leadership. Okay, perfect. So looking at it, Instead of just asking God to bless whatever you're doing, simply find out what He is up to and align yourself with it, because that which He's doing is already blessed. It makes the whole work objectives. Yes, He's there. Thank you. So you already blessed what He's doing. So the hope of the world is a new breed of leadership with new mindset, new attitude. Let's write that out to round up this concept for the concept. So we can go to outline number 2 and spend more time there. That's where we are going to. Write down your notes. The hope for the world. The hope for the world is a new breed of leaders. The hope for the world is a new breed of leaders, comma, with new mindset. The hope for the world, the hope for this world is for me and you to emerge. The hope for the world is a new breed of leaders, comma, with a new mindset, new attitude, comma, new psychology that will take the lead. The hope for the world is a new breed of leaders with new mindset, new attitude, new psychology, new people, etc. that will take the lead. So if now you are not ready to take the lead, there's a problem, because it will go to chaos again. The world will go back to chaos. I'm coming back to that because I want to show you something very important. If that thing must work, I must be involved. I'll do whatever it takes. That's what leader says. The hope of this world, the hope for the world is a new breed of leaders with new mindset, new attitude, new psychology, etc. that will take the lead. So we need to study more, we need to learn more, we need to take action, right knowledge, so apply the right things. You see, the world will become better. So the hope for the world is a new breed of leaders with new mindset, new attitude, new psychology, etc. that will take the lead. So this earnest expression of the creation is waiting for this new breed of godly people that walk in the image and likeness of God that will take the lead. So until me and you are ready to take the lead, that thing that we actually want to manifest in our life will still be lingering. And I like the way the universe is. The universe will never promote you until you've learned it. If I repeat that primary 100 times, that same temptation that will keep coming. It will keep coming now. You keep falling on it. So universe waits for you. Patiently wait for you to grow. Because God, there must be test of your integrity, test of your credibility. The world will always come to test. Before the hand of power, I told you, purpose precedes power. Before God give you power, you must know where you are going to. You must understand your purpose. Because if you don't understand, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Imagine that Joseph compromised. We are just talking. Do you think he will ever become the prime minister in Egypt? The answer is no. You are compromised with Potiphar's wife. That day for end. You will become head of boy for life. So the fact is that if you know where you are going to, and you actually understand what God is doing, and you actually align yourself with it, taking the responsibility to show up, stand up, and speak up, things will work for you in miraculous way that you don't have to. I don't even know how to pray to God to give me money, because I already understood that money is simply a reward for solving a problem. I understood that money is a reward for making impact. Money is a reward for being significant. So instead of me praying God, give me, I say, God, give me idea to solve a problem. Give me idea to become significant, make impact. I want, knowledge, understand. I want to learn more. Because if what you are doing demands you to work harder to make more money, it's called menial job. Say no menial job. For example, now you are carrying 5 bags of cement, and you demand for you to make more money in that profession, you need to carry 10 bags of cement. That is a menial job. You are pushing wheelbarrow, and for you to make more money, you have to do more. Physically, that is menial job. You're already carrying keke. For you to make more money, you have to carry more people, driving keke. So if whatever you are doing demands you to work more, to earn more, it's called menial job. But what you are doing demands you to learn more, to earn more, it's called executive job. What else is called? So for me to earn money, to learn more, that's executive job. That's what pastors do. That's what every kings does. That's what every CEOs does. That's what every big boys does. So you have to do that. They are big boys doing. You want to earn the kind of money that CEOs are earning. Dangote, Elon Musk. You have to do what they do. So what they do is that they learn more. They not learn more, because learning is a royal habit. What did I say? Learning is a royal habit. Tell your neighbor. It takes a king to study. It takes a king to study. Let's go to the next outline. Outline number 2, which is where I'm going to. The root problem with the planet. The major challenge with the planet is that many people are not ready to take the responsibility for their life. They are looking for government. Why are you not successful? Government is not helping me. Help. Nobody is sending me. My papa died, my mama died, nobody died around. No, I was born in poverty. I inherited collateral poverty. And that's why I'm still poor. Why will you collect collateral poverty? Return it back after all. Maybe you create them. So the things that they simply shift to sheep blames Shift responsibilities. One of my mentors always said, when you shift responsibility, you are shifting your dominion. You are shifting your dominion. So three things are four I will talk about the root problem with the planet. So you are ready for number two right now. Shall I? No, no, that one is begging for the charge card. Touch yourself again. Say I'm a success. I'm a success. No, you are waking up right now. Touch yourself again. Say I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. That's who you are. So let's take the first one. Write it down. The root cause of with the planet. Number one, the cause. The cause is leadership crisis. So write it down. The cause. C-U-R. The cause is leadership. The root cause of planets. The root cause of the problem with the planet is leadership crisis. The cause is a leadership crisis. So the cause is a leadership crisis. So why is it a leadership crisis? I'm going to give you right now. It's because number one is that the root cause is leadership crisis. Number two, Adam represents global leadership. When he failed to follow God's instruction, the planet was plunged. Plung. The planet was plunged. The planet was plunged with chaos. With chaos. I'll come back again. Number two, Adam represents global leadership. And I'll give you why I said represent global leadership, because God actually gave everything under his leadership. He said you should dominate, replenish. So everything was under Adam's leadership. Because Adam was supposed to be the one to speak to God's creation. Whatever God created, Adam was supposed to act like God. Because God spoke to creation. He said, creation, let the creation said, pray, let the water bring forth his kind, let the earth bring forth his kind. So Adam wants to do what God was doing. But Adam did not follow God's instruction. He simply obeyed the enemy, and that's what the challenge is. Simply, the problem was not even the apple. It was a sin of disobedience. It wasn't the apple thing itself. It was because of I'll come to that some other day, but let me go to where I'm going to. So Adam represents global leadership. Full stop. When he failed to follow God's instruction, the planet plunged into chaos. So the planet went into chaos. So Adam represents global leadership. Full stop. When he failed to follow God's instruction, the planet was plunged into chaos. So the planet went into disorder. It went into, it stopped obeying. So it becomes a bigger challenge. So Adam represents global leadership. Full stop. When he failed to follow God's instruction, the planet was plunged into chaos. So it went into disorderliness. Nothing was without form anymore. So for Adam now to actually make it become order, another one needs to come to die, and give us the power to take the action to make our life, rearrange our life that is not working to work. So for our life to work, we must do what God did to the universe to work. When God came and he found out that the earth was without form, from the story we normally read, and there was darkness for 12 days, so he spoke. So he actually took the responsibility to speak. He's a creator, so he spoke to creation. He spoke. So everything was working. So you and I need to speak. That is why you must be careful the way you speak as a leader, because wherever the word of a king is, there is power also. Because out of the words of your mouth, you shall be condemned. Out of your mouth, you shall be justified. So as a leader, one of the things that will make you become super successful in whatever you do, you take that responsibility to speak positively into what you do, because you're actually in charge. I'm going to give you some things to write, but let me just round up this with number three. Number one is that the problem, the root cause of leadership is crisis. We have leadership crisis. Number two, Adam represents global leadership, and he failed to follow God's instruction and simply ended up plunging the whole universe into chaos. So number three, write it down. What is fundamentally wrong with the planet is that the wrong people are in charge. That is where we are now. That is where we find ourselves. What is fundamentally wrong with the planet is that the wrong people are in charge. That's why me and you need to emerge. I always tell people, I will definitely be in politics, but not now. That's why I'm preparing myself. Because when we go there, we have to do the heart of the Almighty. We have to do things. Because that time, we don't make money. We don't establish. We don't do. Don't money be our problem. We will fix this thing, make it work. That is why we are alive, why we are on earth. You have to be remember that men stood up. So when we move, maybe 100 years, 200 years, we will move. We will not say we don't try. But as we do, we don't agree. So what is fundamentally wrong with the planet is that the wrong people are in charge, and it's a problem. They don't really care about what God's mind is, what God wants to do as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as an investor, as any forms of leadership position you take. Fundamentally, what is wrong with the planet is that the wrong people are in charge. Then number 4, let me give you something to write. I said, what is fundamentally wrong with the planet is that the wrong people are in charge. That is the challenge.